Laurel Thomas has certainly been through the emotional ringer in recent months, especially after her tumultuous marriage to Jai Sharma crumbled in ways no one could have anticipated. Their relationship, once filled with promises of a future together, quickly dissolved into bitterness and acrimony. Jai's relentless pursuit to make her life difficult didn't stop at emotional manipulation. It extended to a cruel attempt to take her house, a move that shocked the entire village. As if that wasn't enough, Laurel was still recovering from a major heart attack, her health fragile and her emotions raw. This period in her life was supposed to be about healing, but instead, she found herself fighting battles on all fronts. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse, her son Arthur made a surprising return from Australia. His timely intervention, confronting Jai and putting him in his place, was exactly what Laurel needed to begin piecing her life back together. Arthur's support gave her the strength to finally start moving on, and for the first time in what felt like forever, she had a moment of peace. However, peace is rarely long-lasting in Emmerdale, and it wasn't long before a new conflict came crashing into Laurel's life, this time from an entirely unexpected source. As the village prepared for the upcoming harvest festival, Laurel found herself at odds with Charles and Claudette. She had big ideas, bold plans to make the event something truly memorable, but her enthusiasm was met with stern resistance. Charles, ever the responsible vicar, wasn't convinced that Laurel's vision aligned with the values of the church. The two butted heads, their disagreements intensifying with each passing conversation. Laurel, stubborn as ever, was determined to see her plans through, even if it meant clashing with one of the most respected figures in the village. The tension between them grew thick, each conversation more charged than the last, until it reached a breaking point neither of them saw coming. What happened next was nothing short of shocking. In the heat of the moment, as arguments turned personal and tempers flared, something unexpected sparked between Laurel and Charles. Their mutual frustration gave way to an unspoken attraction, a chemistry that had been simmering just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to ignite. And ignite it did. In a moment of impulsive passion, they shared a kiss, one that neither of them had planned, but both of them were powerless to resist. The kiss quickly escalated, their emotions spiraling out of control as they took things further, disappearing upstairs to continue what had begun in the heat of the argument. It was a whirlwind of emotions, leaving both Laurel and Charles breathless and confused by the sudden shift in their relationship. Meanwhile, across the village, an entirely different drama was brewing. Manpreet, who had been quietly harboring her own feelings for Charles, had no idea that anything had changed between him and Laurel. In fact, she had been encouraging Jai to reconcile with Laurel, urging him to make amends for the pain he had caused. Manpreet believed that with a little effort, Jai could win back Laurel's heart, and she was ready to help him do it. But as she reflected on her advice to Jai, Manpreet began to realize that she too had unresolved feelings, specifically for Charles. Determined to be honest with him, she made the decision to finally confess how she felt. Little did she know, her timing couldn't have been worse. As Manpreet approached Charles's house, her heart racing with anticipation, she had no idea what was waiting for her inside. She was prepared to lay her emotions bare, to tell Charles everything she had been holding back. But what she found when she opened the door would shatter her world. Walking into Woodbine, she was met with the shocking sight of Laurel and Charles together, their secret passion laid bare in front of her. It was a betrayal she hadn't seen coming, and the emotional fallout from this revelation is sure to send ripples through the village. Manpreet, who had always considered Laurel a friend, was now faced with the ultimate betrayal, not just from Charles, but from Laurel as well. As the dust settles on this explosive new love triangle, one question remains. How will the village react when they find out? Will Laurel and Charles continue their romance in secret, or will the truth come out in the most dramatic way possible? And where does this leave Jai, who had been so certain that he could win back Laurel's heart? The relationships in Emmerdale are more tangled than ever, and with emotions running high, it's clear that no one is safe from the fallout. As the village braces itself for the next wave of drama, one thing is certain. Nothing will ever be the same again for Laurel, Charles, Manpreet, or Jai.